Many thanks to truepeace.org for an opportunity to say a word on their behalf, and special thanks this time to my good friend Al Gordon, who sent along what he calls the Japanese take on the Palestinian situation. The author of this is one Yoshiko Sagamori. Please excuse the lack of accent, but Yoshiko may be also a Californian and therefore with no accent. If you are so certain that Palestine, the country, goes back through most of recorded history, I expect you to be able to answer a few basic questions about that country of Palestine. When was it founded and by whom? What were its borders? What was its capital? What were its major cities? What constituted the basis of its economy? What was its form of government? Can you name at least one Palestinian leader before Arafat? Was Palestine ever recognized by a country whose existence at that time or now leaves no room for interpretation? What was the language of the country of Palestine? What was the prevalent religion of the country of Palestine? What was the name of its currency? Choose any date in history and tell what was the approximate exchange rate of the Palestinian monetary unit against the US dollar, German mark, Great British pound, Japanese yen, or Chinese yuan on that day. And finally, since there is no such country today, what caused its demise and when did it occur? You are lamenting the low seeking of a once proud nation. Please say, when exactly was that nation proud, and what was it so proud of? And here is the least sarcastic question of all. If these people who call themselves Palestinian are anything but generic Arabs collected from all over or thrown out of the Arab world, if they really have a genuine ethnic identity that gives them right of self-determination, why did they never try to become independent until the Arabs had suffered their devastating defeat in the Six-Day War? I do hope you avoid the temptation to trace the modern-day Palestinians to the biblical Philistines. Substituting etymology for history won't work this time. The truth should be obvious to everyone who wants to know it. Arab countries have never abandoned the dream of destroying Israel. They still cherish it today. Having time and again failed to achieve their evil goal with military means, they decided to fight Israel by proxy. For that purpose, they created a terrorist organization, cynically called it the Palestinian People, and installed it in Gaza, Judea, and Samaria. How else can one explain the refusal by Jordan and Egypt to unconditionally accept back the West Bank and Gaza, respectively? The fact is, Arabs populating Gaza, Judea, and Samaria have much less claim to nationhood than that Indian tribe that so successfully emerged in Connecticut with the purpose of starting a tax-exempt casino. At least that tribe had a constructive goal that motivated them. The so-called Palestinians have only one motivation, the destruction of Israel, and in my book that is not sufficient to consider them a nation or anything else except what they really are, a terrorist organization that should one day be dismantled. In fact, there is only one way to achieve peace in the Middle East. Arab countries must acknowledge and accept their defeat in the war against Israel, and, as the losing side, should pay Israel reparations for the more than 40 years of devastation they have visited upon it. The most appropriate form of such reparations would be the removal of their terrorist organization from the land of Israel and accepting Israel's ancient sovereignty over Gaza, Judea, and Samaria. That will mark the end of the Palestinian people. What was it you said again was its beginning? You will get great facts. You will get real facts at truepeace.org. Looking forward to seeing you there.